Okay, so this will be a quick guide on how to put an old photo texture onto a Photoshop document. For example, I'm going to use my class project for winter 2018. So I flattened my image for the simplicity of this small guide, just so that we're not getting layers confused and such. But the first thing you're going to want to do is make a copy of your background layer. So Alt and then drag that down to the new layer. I'm just going to leave it as background copy. And from after this, I also brought in this screen scratch texture from Google Images. You can find this Google Images, Bing, whatnot. I'm going to Alt and copy this over into here. For now, I'm just going to hide it. We don't need that right now. I'm going to come back down to here. And now we're going to focus on making the stuff in the picture look older and more textured. So up here, we're going to go to Pixelate. That's Filters, Pixelate, Pointillize. And you're not going to want your points to be too big. This is set on 3, but it's usually set on 5, I believe. So I dropped mine down to 3 so that the points aren't like too prominent compared to the rest of the picture. So you're going to apply that, and it's going to end up looking like grainy and sandy like this. So this is not really what we want. It's a little dark, so we're also going to go back up to here. We're going to add a blur, and specifically the Gaussian blur. I reduced mine to 2 because if you do too much, you end up getting rid of the sandy texture too much, and it just kind of blurs the entire image. And we'll just press OK on that. It kind of fuzzes out like the edges and stuff here, so it's a little more clear. This is very similar to adding in noise to other pictures when you're trying to make things look busy or take away noise, make them look less busy. And now we're going to change this background copy layer to an overlay layer. So we're just going to come up here, overlay, and see now that kind of brings the contrasting colors from the background more into the front, but also leaves like dotted textures inside some key areas here, like here, and inside my little circle. Okay, and now to increase contrast, we're going to go to a black and white adjustments layer here, and we're going to drag yellow and red all the way up. This is going to make things pretty much invisible at this point. And then you're going to want to take your opacity down to around 15 to 25%. I'm just going to do 15 because, for example, if you do 25, it's a little too faded, and then 20, it's not enough. So I'm going to stick with my good old 15, not 156. Okay, so now that we have this, we can finally work with this guy. So for this guy, I'm just going to Control T, not that guy, this one. Control T, I'm going to hold Shift, transform him, and move him perfectly into my little picture here. I don't care if it's bigger or smaller. It just has to have, I just want these line textures in. I'm going to press Enter. So there is some pixelation on the sides here. That doesn't really matter. It's not a huge issue, at least for me. Might be different for anyone else. But now that we have that layer, and we're going to right click, or not right click, we're going to go up to here, and we're going to go to hard light or screen. I found that hard light, or no, screen works the best for me. So screen, we get these little lines in here and such, and the blurs and small textures. It just makes it look a little bit older and dated rather than just a pure digital piece of art. Alright, that was my guide. Thanks for watching, and see you on the internet somewhere.